Alright everyone, welcome back to another video of the Dimensionalists. I'm a Dimensionalist. Today's discussion is going to be about relics, secret items, sacred items, holy items, holy relics, like I said, relics, and objects, places, holy sites, and the complete fabrication of desired wants of other people's creations within all mass markets across the world, and the fact that people strive for objects that are created by other people, things we use in society, stuff like that are necessary and in fact are really unnecessary. Most necessary things: hygiene, correct hygiene products, and of course, food. Everything else is just we don't need it. Okay. First, I gotta say that society's just fucked up. It's just fucked up. I'll tell you why it's fucked up, because everybody drive around in a car or something, going to work every day and stuff, and they don't know. Purpose of life: get there, go here, you go get a girlfriend, okay, you have sex, it's good, or whatever, right? Okay, you complete those things, but what's the next step? You have kids, you have that, that's fine, but really, the way society is constructed, that people never go on like an adventure like I did, or know what they could obtain in this life, and that others are fighting for, like the real time, in real time, like people fighting Damascus right now, Syria, and fucking, Allah and religion. That shit blows any of this materialistic shit in the United States, and in any country, out of the fucking water. That fucking landmarks, places and stuff. People need that shit. That shit's sacred to them, sacred in religion. I'll tell you why. I'm gonna be discussing that too. Okay. First, to get off the topic of Damascus and Syria for a second, the Syrian government. Say the Sphere of Destiny, for instance. It's an object that appears the side of Jesus Christ. That was on the cross. See the movie Constantine. The guy was like couldn't die, and Jose Hitler had, the holy relic of the holy relic, had it, and then he just was all empowered by it. That's just since it's pierced out of an avatar, Sananda, physical incarnation of Jesus, his flesh that had the soul Sananda in his body, along with Christ, Lord Maitreya. Currently, holds the office of Christ on Earth and the planetary hierarchy of ascended masters, just right above the physical plane, planetary level. Okay, the relic of Jesus Christ. The movie Constantine's, it's of course a fictional story, but it's based off real concepts. I've read a lot about the book Holy Grail, Holy Blood, or something. Holy Grail, Holy Blood, or Holy Blood, Holy Grail. I'll check on that. I didn't mean to mention that book in this thing, but there's a Holy Grail also. See, the Sphere of Destiny. To tame the Sphere of Destiny would be like you would have like powers, instantly, like just emanating energy, the entire, psychometric memories of that time period in Jesus Christ, and that relic is one of the most powerful relics. People who say whoever holds the Sphere of Destiny is like fucking conquering the fucking world. Where I think the sphere of destiny is, to get to it, obtain it. Of course, on Earth, and here in the United States, we use cars to get places. But a lot of people, it's not on people's minds. Like I said, they do regular things. No one's on a top secret mission, you know, and got fucking say something over a phone about looking for the sphere of destiny, and cell phones are going off, and CIA agents and fucking FBI and shit, and fucking secret societies and crazy shit, Freemasons or whatever the fuck. Shit starts happening, like they're picking up phones and stuff because this person's doing that, this person has this, it's items, shit like that. Not shit like, oh, so about PlayStation 4, I have like a fucking Lamborghini. What would I rather have? Fucking Lamborghini? A fucking Excalibur, I'd probably want to have fucking Excalibur, but I'd like to have a Lamborghini also, don't get me wrong. But to have fucking Excalibur that fucking King Arthur had would be the sickest shit ever, man. Think about it. And this shit's probably inscribed with some sacred scripture or Latin or some shit. To have that, you fucking would be fucking godlike, man. Because those people had the ancient knowledge, direct, Old English, Latin, probably Hebrew prayers, and enchanted by King Arthur and stuff. The real King Arthur, by the way, not the fictional King Arthur. And the fact that, people, never on missions to find these items, to get there, Why not we have someone just, if I was to have a son, I'd train my son, in the Bible it says the Antichrist had to have a certain number of circumcision on a certain day, be the son of perdition, hear all blasphemy, have King Solomon's temple rebuilt, step into the temple, and blaspheme the highest of all highs of all God names, and sit on the throne of God as God in King Solomon's temple. So why can't a person or someone do all that? That's a lot to do to become the Antichrist. It ain't just, oh, Obama's become fucking president of the United States, motherfucker about to be Antichrist. No, it's not that fucking easy. It's not that fucking easy. Just specific shit has to happen for that shit to happen, man. It's very specific stuff. Okay. Yeah. They get the teleport and bilocation, ascension process, light body of light, complete holiness. To have the body of light. And that's necessary to become holiness and to pretend or to completely manifest and try to become the Antichrist on Earth. It has to be someone. It's a person. It ain't just like motherfucker is like, I guess, to be possessed by the devil or something. Stuff like, according to Christian scriptures, I'm just based off Christian religion. Not that I believe in Christian religion or anything like that, but the places are real, and I'm very skeptical in finding these things, So to come to Antichrist, you have specific things, circumcision on certain days, not have sex with a woman and stuff like that, holiness, complete holiness and stuff, and the body of light, teleport and bilocation. If someone was trying to force the Antichrist, like themselves, can get over there, have enough bilocation and control people and stuff, and actually have Solomon's temple rebuilt completely, and walk through that motherfucker like he's fucking the Antichrist and speak, claim the throne of God on Earth. And then Jesus Christ would come back, somebody thought that I was Christian, Jesus Christ come back, Michael Archangel and angels and shit, just like I said in the movie Constantine, everything crossing over back and forth, woo, woo, woo. So yeah, I wanted to mention about things like like Yu-Gi-Oh! So Yu-Gi-Oh! For instance, is there really, these objects that there's ancient pharaohs, golden objects? They're master builders. They built coffins perfectly, gold and scripted. They didn't have computer machines to cut the shit out. You thought about that shit? You motherfucker doing shit by hand perfectly, right? So Yu-Gi-Oh! They have you had a little puzzle piece, and how the guy had a necklace, other had the eye, Pegasus had the eye, it's represents the eye of Horus, I would suppose, it's nothing else representative of that. See, everything had a little special power, that they were given in the show. Well, those little real objects, fuck, we don't ever know, man. Shit, secret society and stuff, and long motherfuckers know shit like that. Shit's crazy, man. especially when it comes to Men in Black and stuff, which I'll be doing a video soon about Men in Black. But yeah, showing up to control people like UFOs and stuff, and aliens, what they've seen, and not to spread the knowledge of whatever they obtained. I heard it's devastating. But off the topic of Men in Black, real Men in Black, by the way, and all the stories and theories I've heard behind them. But I gotta say that, Sword Excalibur, Sphere of Destiny, like I said. Now I'll move on to the Holy Grail, the cup that Jesus drank out of at the Last Supper, And then I heard that the secret of the Holy Grail is French Knight Templars using incantations of Hebrews, letters and numbers. They can manipulate matter molecule by molecule, and that's the secret of the Holy Grail. Now the physical Holy Grail would be, find a cup that they'd actually drink out of, which I heard the Templars had in the 13th, 12th, 13th century, 1300 AD, something like that, back when the Templars were around Europe, out there in Europe. And Jacques de Molay and the Glass Grandmaster, the French Knight Templars. Of course, they were all burned at stake for worship of Baphomet, of Muhammad, like that. The word's transliteration and conversion. It's Muhammad, is, the name, Templars, stuff like that. So it's like, I heard that the 33rd degree of Freemason are given a Quran, which is very weird. And what do you want? This the goal is to obtain 72 wives. Mormonism, they believe in the holy eternal marriage ceremony. In Mormonism, become God creator your own universe. But they use I think they use 22 letters of Hebrew, sacred names of God, and certain specific Hebrew stuff. Elohim's name, Jesus Christ's name, and Lucifer's name to have him Godhood. Lucifer is in God creator, and in Jesus Christ is in sanctification of holiness, and obeying is in the complete sanctification of Jesus Christ, and holiness to obtain what's be given to Lucifer, God creator also, and then Lucifer and Jesus brothers, and the Father being the one that gives it, sitting on the throne of God. It says in Revelations, those who overcome shall be sit on my throne as my Father. And he said, thou shalt be my son, also in Revelations. You're like the last chapter, the verse before the second to the last chapter. Okay. Okay, yeah, and the Holy Grail, what would that do, Of course, it got the psychometric, like I said, psychometric memory. If you got special powers, you could hold an object and see its past. It'd be sick to know what those objects do. And obtain memories from the past, so you can figure things out in the now. Yeah, man. So, I just wanted to touch bases on the fact that, that you could do things like that, teleport, bilocate, be in more than one place at once, which is what bilocation is. Project your consciousness, people in the Ark of the Covenant, things like that. The original Ten Commandments is still physical, tangible objects like I think it's a robe of Aaron. I think, don't get me wrong, but there's the staves of Aaron, apron, Aaronic priesthood, which is, the Aaronic priesthood is what they use aprons. So that's like Freemasonry, They use aprons in that, but there was original aprons from back in the day, and they used those, stored them in the Ark of the Covenant and the Ten Commandments. The Ark of the Covenant was made of wood, so would it be in immortal gold? So find stuff like that, I know it's that's a hard mission, but it's fascinating. I was gonna start teleporting in 2009 and go find the Ark of the Covenant and stuff, which is uranium inside the Ark of the Covenant, according to Barbara Hanklow's book, Palladian Agenda, the Palladian Agenda. So yeah, to have the Ark of the Covenant set before you, the Spear of Destiny, Sword Excalibur, and the Holy Grail, you know, and had a nice house in the United States, and or have somewhere overseas in Israel or something, which is like mega war over there, you know, to be all empowered. Power, man, it's like first ray of God is power. You know, so it's sick to think that if you get and tame these things, it'd be like a movie, man. You have agents after you, fucking Freemasons and stuff, to try to get these items back from you and shit, because it means something, you know, that somewhere that they're holding these objects, these items and things, you know. Just the Ishtar Gate in Iraq, that's a place. There's King Solomon's Temple with original Boaz and Jachin, and you know, and in Freemasonry they use symbolic representation of King Solomon's Temple to depict the pillars of destruction and creation. So to be before the real pillars and stuff, would it be like, you know, there's a gate, would it be like a Stargate or something? You get like both pillars are activating, you step through a Stargate, you know, into like a different part of time, or you could create your own universe that way, you know. Think stuff like that, you know, like what they do at the 33rd degrees of Grandmaster Freemasonry, not just some motherfuckers want to talk about your boyfriend fought this dude last week and stuff at a fucking bar that some motherfucker built a building somewhere, and got some paying some motherfucker as a cashier with United States money, which is paper they printed out to control fucking society, you know. Think about real shit like that, you know, real shit, man. You know, ISIS is over there in other countries going nuts. They, you know, they're strong. I mean, we got army strong in the United States, don't get me wrong, but they got stuff going on over there to where secret motherfuckers, the United States itself, Russia, you know, Putin's all going nuts about, you know, ISIS and stuff, you know, bombing or attacking within the Russia. You know, France got attacked last year. You know, there's no telling what could happen at any moment, man, dealing with these people that are religious. You know, that's serious shit. It ain't just, oh, they're just fucking crazy. These motherfuckers got goals, ideals, things they follow through with, things they believe. Muhammad is fucking last prophet of Allah. Things like that. Christians going nuts, praying and stuff. Jesus, and, you know, people going crazy, think it's the end of the fucking world and things like that, you know. You know, Kevin Chaos, one of my friends, is his nickname. You know, mention this shit. It's just gonna go down soon, man. When you know, there was a Ville put up in Atlantis and Lemuria, near Egypt, right when the Egyptian age was coming out in Freemasons, and they sealed the blockade. The eye, you see past the eye. You know, the part of history you can't see no more, right? So that's the veil of what you can't see no more. Density slid into the third dimension, and the veil put over the second dimensional elemental realm, you know. And stuff like that is sick to think of, that they sealed that off, and you know, attainment of those dimensions to, you know, obtain powers, have life a little bit easier for you. Yep. So I gotta say that life, there's more to it. There ain't just some basic shit happening, you know, in your neighborhood or something, or you gotta go to work, you worry about your boss and shit. Motherfuckers out there fasting, praying, got chakra crystals and shit, channeling their energy stuff, action in etheric bodies of light, Merkabas and stuff, teleporting shit, getting over there, while there's fucking war going on with guns and shit, man. You know, motherfuckers don't own that level of thinking, you know? You know? I was just, you know, in my neighborhood doing teleportation by location and stuff. And believe me, those motherfuckers will drag you into the ground if you start trying to do that shit to get over there. So it'll be hard as fuck to do that. You have so much pressure by the fucking Illuminati to wipe that ass off the map quick, or just like slap you like you're fucking flying. You go fucking flying, and they don't give a fuck if you're teleporting or bilocating, solidifying bodies of light in the third dimension, where the vibration of light, that you solidify and visualize becomes the density and solidity of the third dimensional realm of a solid object. Sick shit, man. They just like they can fight that, you know. So, you know, thinking of plans, people, consciousness, you know, to get over there to get to fucking King Solomon's temple and fucking, you know, how to send a Sphere of Destiny or Sword Excalibur, which is all was religious. You could be religiousized to a certain extent for religious Excalibur. I'll tell you why, because there's religious incantations over it, King Arthur and stuff. Some were priests. Some, you know, took religious schooling. Were taught the real arts of, you know, anything, dark arts, white arts, what form of body of light they had, maybe had a process ascension in, or just ascension through Jesus Christ and prayers. So yeah, think on that level, you know. No one's smart enough to get it. I mean, that's like the level, think of in comparison to like drug lords. It's probably easier to become a drug lord moving heads around the United States than it is to map out with people. Or if you can alliance with someone, you know, motherfucker's gonna stay fucking quiet about trying to get to King Solomon's temple, or to try to find what these fucking items are. It's just impossible, you know. Motherfucker get too nervous and shit. You know, when the fucking tensions get rough, and then fucking you got negative energies around you, and you're trying to project your consciousness and go places, astrogate, and find shit. You know, you got shit like that going on. And where I think the Sphere of Destiny is, it's in Czech Republic. It's in Czech Republic, guarded by the fifth dimension. No motherfucker can touch that thing. You know, it's also projected by beam ships for the Ashtar Command and UFOs. So, as soon as motherfuckers try to touch that shit, motherfuckers are only in fifth dimension touch that stuff. You know, no motherfucker's gonna grab a hold of that motherfucker and hold that bitch and fucking fly across the United States with a motherfucker. And yeah. So yeah, I wanted to mention that because it's sick to think that not alone to get the Sphere of Destiny, would have had visions and stuff before. That's where that motherfucker is. It's sitting in Czech Republic physically, encapsulated by the fifth dimensional Czechs. You know, these motherfuckers are like bilocators at computers and shit, holding and anchoring into Earth love energy and shit. So they're not gonna let the Sphere of Destiny get out of hands to the end times, and the fact that we're ready for, you know, the rapture, or mass ascension, world evacuation, Ashtar Command. So y'all definitely need to think on that level of consciousness, level of thinking, and understand that it's serious. It's very serious stuff that's going on in the world, and religious things. It ain't just, oh, these people are crazy. It's more to it. It's more to that. A lot of stuff's happening at once. Like in a video game, these happen over here, in a board game. You gotta look at the whole board. You just can't just be like one part of your life and like, oh, fuck all that shit on TV. It's television for a fucking reason. It's teleporting vision to you. You see it. But I'm gonna calm down, and I wanted to end this video on the dimensionalists. I'm a dimensionalist, and I hope y'all enjoyed the video. And if you have any questions or anything, or you might want to come on a secret mission with me one day, and you rise your body ascension, the body of light, we just go look for these items, and just gather information, or map everything out for maps for other people find in the future, you know, things like that, religious doctrine. Other than that, peace.